Hi everyone! Welcome to tonight's Facebook Live. Let's see if we can get some people on. I'm trying a different orientation for this video since I have now been uploading my Facebook Lives to YouTube. So I'm kind of adjusting to this, so bear with me. But tonight I have 3 decks. I have Goddess Guidance, Archangel Power Tarot cards, and I actually felt called to work with Past Life Oracle cards. Let me just give it another minute and see if we can get some people on. So if you're here, hi Nita! Welcome to tonight's Facebook Live. And I was just sharing that I have 3 decks that I'm using tonight: Past Life Oracle cards, Archangel Power Tarot cards, and Goddess Guidance. I'm okay, Nita. It's been a little bit of wild energy with this full moon in Leo and lunar eclipse. That's actually conjuncting my midheaven, which is the top of my chart about my career and my public image. So a lot of feels come through related to that. And I guess that's not working. Oh. I was sharing that I'm trying to do a different orientation with my videos so that they're more YouTube friendly, because I've been uploading lots of my Facebook Lives to YouTube, and I'm looking to kind of restart my Facebook Lives and get back into a rhythm and a routine with them. So hi Lindsay! Hopefully you're staying warm. Hey! So I'm trying this, like, I'm gonna be a broken record, but I'm trying this like horizontal orientation because it's supposed to go a lot better with YouTube, but I'm tapping the chat thing and it's not working, which is lovely. Yes, right? So Nita, I'll be happy to pull a card for you. I want to go over a couple astrological updates and some business updates, and then I'll jump into card pulls. I'm really bummed though that I can't access the chat. Oh wait, there we go, I can. I just had to like double tap. That is good. Okay, so let me start by smudging. I've got Palo Santo. And you're always welcome to smudge along with me when I do this too, by the way. And if you ladies want to share the video, that helps a ton. Even though I advertise this a lot, it's still helpful to get people, you know, live sharing it when I start. Let me actually grab my feathers. So we're just clearing away any and all negative energy that doesn't serve us right now, and we're calling in positive love, light vibrations that will help us manifest messages of truth, healing, and peace that we most need to hear right now. Look at that smudge is going crazy. So I also want to set up a white light container, and I'm going to do that here with my selenite. And I want to call on Archangel Michael, Archangel Ariel, Archangel Uriel, Babaji, Ganesha, Lakshmi, Sarasvati, the Egyptian goddesses Isis, Sekhmet, and Hathor. I want to call on Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Kuan Yin, Buddha, Krishna. I want to call on my guides and my guardian angels. I want to call on the guides and guardian angels of all those present in the live, as well as watching this on replay. And I also want to call on spirit animals, power animals, totem animals of God's white light that are willing and able to assist in this space. And I also will call on ancestors of God's white light that are willing and able to assist in this space. So with that, the circle's open. Thank you for being here. Hi Cassie Lynn, I see you. So I opened up a container. I just want to go over a couple business announcements and some astrological updates, and then I'll move into card pulls. If you're able to share this video, that helps a ton. It super duper helps my business and helps get the word out. And my new plan for my Facebook Lives is that I'm creating event pages. So make sure that you've liked my Facebook business page, because I will be posting events to that page. And by the way, if I'm like not looking at you guys, let me know, because I'm trying a different orientation and it's a little bit different from me. So just let me know if it's like, you can't quite see me right. But yeah, I'm creating event pages for these Facebook Lives so you know in advance. And I'm actually looking to do them around the new and full moons. I might also be doing additional ones beyond that, but for now, looking at that, I used to do them on Thursday nights. I may bring that back. I'm kind of figuring out when is right, but for now it feels really good to plan them around new and full moons. And what else was I gonna say? Yes, so, oh, thank you so much. I needed that. Also, what I'm doing is if you make it on my Facebook Live and up to 24 hours after, I'm giving you a reading discount incentive. So if you sign up for a personal reading with me, I'm going to give up to 15% off. So that's 15% off if you opt in for a reading between now and 24 hours from this live. So basically until 8:30, I'll extend until the end of the live, so until 9:30 tomorrow night. And this could be of any value. So it's 15% off, and that includes spiritual curriculums, that includes card readings, that includes astrology sessions, it includes everything. Right now I'm doing massive updates to my website, so the best way to probably figure out what's a good fit for you within your budget is actually to just message me, just because I have it all in my head and I can advise you from everything I have, and I'm just doing tons of updates to my site. So there's that, so 15% off. And what more do I want to talk about? So also, for those of you that are in my Fearlessly Fairy membership where you already get 20% off a personalized reading, I'm actually opening up so that I will combine those discounts. So for those of you in my Fearlessly Fairy group, which is only 20 bucks a month, you get access to a private Facebook group, you get weekly messages, you also get a focus document for journaling that I prepare each month. All of the content is fresh every month. That's a super good deal. Those of you that have that already get 20% off private readings by being a Fearlessly Fairy member. And if you opt in for a personal reading and you're in my Fearlessly Fairy group, I will combine those. So for those of you that that applies to, or if you want to jump on Fearlessly Fairy, you could actually get 35% off within the next 24 hours. So that's a pretty good deal. So astrological updates. Well, of course, we have this crazy ginormous full moon. So we had a full moon lunar eclipse at 0 degrees of Leo, and that was exact around 12:15 a.m. technically today / last night. So a bit after midnight there. And you know, what is this all about? So, well, we have eclipses multiple times a year. Some astrological aspects are spoken about more openly than others, right? A lot of people are now familiar with Mercury retrograde. I think more people are becoming aware of eclipse energy. I feel like more people are becoming aware of full and new moons. What people don't realize is that we have eclipses multiple times a year. So we go through 2 cycles of eclipses every year, and usually they come in 2s. So we typically have about, yeah, it really was, right? So we usually have about 4 full and new moons of the year that have an eclipse energy attached to it. And there's solar eclipses and there's lunar eclipses, and they each have different energies. Sometimes we have more than 4 eclipses in a year. We can have up to 5. I think last year we had 5. So this month has been a heavy eclipse season month because we had a solar eclipse in Capricorn, a solar eclipse with the new moon at around 15 degrees of Capricorn earlier this month. And I think it was around January 6th. If I'm not mistaken. So the one that we've just had is a lunar eclipse. That means that it's more internal because the moon is associated with our emotions and the subconscious. So this eclipse is not so much initiating change externally as it is initiating change internally. So it might be bringing up more emotions, and it might be bringing up more emotions around things Leo related. And what does Leo relate to? Well, Leo is associated with the sun, right? And Leo is associated with confidence and creativity and getting yourself out there and shining bright. Well, that's really good. I'm glad to hear that, Cassie Lynn. Yeah, so, you know, in addition to just all the perks of a full moon, which is exaggeration of feelings and releasing and emotions, right? It just exaggerates everything. We've also got this eclipse energy attached to it, which is really important because eclipses are kind of karmic shift points, right, with the universe where we close one chapter. Those actually initiated up to 6 months ago. So the last round of eclipses we had was in July and August of last year. So we're closing a cycle that was initiated then, about 6 months ago, and we're moving into a cycle that is now going to be initiated for the next 6 months until we get to July of this year. So that's important, keeping in mind that it's endings and beginnings. Another important thing about eclipse energy is that it's what I would call, you know, in astrology we have what's called mutable signs, and I like to say that eclipses are like hella mutable because the energy can change kind of on a dime. So sometimes people that come into your life during an eclipse, especially if you meet them like the day of an eclipse or after an eclipse, it may be something that's like very powerful and almost like unavoidable, something karmic for you to explore, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to stick around, because eclipses change their energy a lot. It's sort of like, if you almost think of it as high frequency energy that's like generating a lot of downloads and a lot of activity, it's going to put you around situations and people that will teach you things, but may be sort of like flare-ups of experiences, right? And then you're kind of processing what that was about after it's over. So many things can happen, you know, during eclipses. I've had scenarios where I thought for sure that there was like a specific person or a specific job that I was like, oh my God, this is happening and I'm gonna move and I'm gonna do this and that. And then it, like a couple days later, completely falls apart. You'll know that it's like not necessarily meant to stick around because it won't last the moon cycle. It literally will almost like crescendo around the time of the eclipse, and then it'll peter itself out within a couple days up to a week later, or even, you know, up to the next, especially if you're in between eclipses, that's like really volatile energy. So I just like to put that disclaimer out. You know, there's different theories on charging your crystals in eclipse energy. Some people like doing it because they feel like, you know, it's just part of the cycles and rhythms, and that's totally fine. Other people don't like to charge their crystals in eclipse energy because of what I was talking about, that it's like a little bit chaotic and mutable. So, you know, like what I'm sharing isn't to induce like any fear or anything. It's just awareness, right? And understanding that these are not your average full and new moons. They have like extra baggage attached in a way, extra like karmic baggage, where it's just a little bit different. So depending upon where 0 degrees of Leo is in your chart, it's possible you either have nothing there, you might not have any planets there, or you might have, you know, planets there, or that might be a sensitive part of your chart. There's so many different ways that we can be affected astrologically. So, you know, when I do astrology sessions, I go in and I basically translate from your astrology chart. It's like your soul map. So I'm effectively like translating a different language for you. And I'm doing that for personal development reasons, to help with self-love and to help you understand yourself better and witness yourself better. And I also can do, you know, astrology as it relates to between two people and how to understand that as well. So a bit of a rambling rant there about, you know, the current energies. And there's other things going on too, of course. So like earlier this month, we had Jupiter square Neptune, which is still kind of going on. We are now in Aquarius season. We've since left Capricorn season. So you can expect the energy to lighten up a little bit, you know, probably your social circles and some of your, you know, social dynamics were maybe stifled a bit during Capricorn season, because Capricorn season is a lot about hard work and nose to the grind, like getting things done. Aquarius season is associated with friendships and social circles and learning and innovation. So now we're moving into a little bit of a lighter energy. I think that's really going to pick up as we get towards the end of the month, when we'll have some new aspects coming in that will actually soften. Hi, Sandra. We'll have some new aspects coming in that will soften some of these harsher aspects we've been going through. They'll kind of start to lighten up a little bit as we get to the last week of the month. Hello, Sandra. I'm so happy to see you. So I'm just going to open up what questions you guys have about you know, the current eclipse energy and the full moon and all of this. Any questions I'm happy to field. If you're just kind of coming in, you can always go back and watch from the beginning. And I have a YouTube channel, so I'm uploading my Facebook Lives to my YouTube, so you'll be able to watch them on there as well. I just realized I was like talking nonstop until that point. So, and if you're coming on and you're able to share this video, that also helps a ton to get the word out. I know that I've changed up the time and I'm experimenting with different times here, but really feeling into doing these around the time of the new and the full moons. and that's feeling really good to me right now. So we'll see. I may add on even more than that, but for now, that's pretty much what I'm focusing in on first. I know, right? Yay for YouTube channel. I have a little bit of a bone to pick with YouTube in certain regards, but I'm trying to not focus on it because thinking positively is the best. So if nobody has any questions, then I will segue into card pulls here. And like I said, I've got a couple different decks. So tonight I've got Archangel Power Tarot cards, I've got Past Life Oracle cards, and I've got Guidance. I also have my Angel Numbers 101 book by Doreen Virtue. So if there's a specific 3-digit number that you want me to look up, I will be happy to do that for you from this book, just as kind of like an extra fun aside. So with that, let me know if you'd like a card pull in the comments below. I'm gonna get my decks set up here and just get them reset, and we will get underway. Yay for card pulls, Sandra. Yeah, I know it's been a while since I've done my Facebook Lives, and you know, I'm doing like kind of a different system here, so feel free to also, you know, spread the word, share the video, tag people in the comments when it's posted, all the things so that people can receive. I'm also doing a major discount incentive, which I was rambling about at the beginning. So if you opt in for a private reading between now and the next 24 hours, so until effectively 9:30 p.m. EST, thank you, Cassie Lynn, until 9:30 p.m. EST tomorrow night, I will give you 15% off a private reading with me, and this includes everything, including astrology, my curriculums, my coaching, everything. So 15% off if you opt in for something, a private reading or a private service within the next 24 hours. Thank you guys for the tags. And also, if you're in my Fearlessly Fairy group, you already get 20% off, and I'm going to actually set that up as a combined discount. So if you're in my Fearlessly Fairy group, which is a private monthly subscription group that I have for 20 bucks a month, you already get 20% off, and I'm going to extend this to be an additional 15% off for those members. So for those of you in Fearlessly Fairy, you actually can get 35% off a private reading for the next 24 hours. Something fly into my throat. Okay, so Sandra, looks like we have Sandra first, and Lindsay. I'm assuming, Cassie Lynn, you'd like a card pull. Just let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for the tags, Cassie Lynn. I so appreciate it. Okay, so let's see. And like I said, guys, too, if you have a specific number sequence you want me to look up, I'm happy to do that as well. All right, so what does Sandra Brown need to know right now? So we've got 2 there. You got it. Yay, thank you for the shares. You guys are so great. Okay, that's too many. What does Sandra Brown need to know right now? All right, good stuff. Let me get my... Yes. Okay. All right. So for you, Sandra Brown, we have... Hi, Nita. I wasn't sure. Sometimes the number count that I see, I don't know if it's like as updated. So I really don't know, like, if you're on. I actually have to see the comment in order to know, like, if you're on and things like that. Okay, so for Sandra Brown, we have first... Well, that's interesting. That's a different order than what I did. Okay. Like I was talking about at the beginning, eclipse energy, hella mutable. So I thought it was one way, but it reorganized itself, and that's kind of like what I was talking about, this eclipse energy. It's like people or situations that come up, you know, could be very quick to change. Also, keep in mind too, this is more so with solar eclipses, not so much with lunar eclipses, but just be mindful of accidents, especially if this eclipse is aspecting your Mars. But again, that's more so with solar eclipses, not as much with lunar eclipses, which this is a lunar eclipse. So thank you for the tags, everybody. I so appreciate them. Okay, so for you, Sandra Brown, we have Queen of Raphael. It's saying, okay, we're good. It said low network connection, but we're good. This is one of those where I feel like it's the Louise Hay card. So this is saying, you know, follow your heart, a love of home and family, trustworthy psychic information. So this is the energy of loving yourself and standing in your power, but from a place of sort of divine feminine energy as it relates to your home and your tribe, but kind of from the home environment. So this is like the energy of being the wife, the mother, the lover, the secure woman kind of in the relationship in the home front. You also could see that there's these dolphins here, right, jumping in the background. So they're reminding us about playfulness and also to an extent, you know, synchronicities and serendipities. So you might be the one that's actually bringing that energy into the home right now, which is this playful energy. And by the way, if this is resonating for you and you're not Sandra, it's also a message that will be of benefit to you, right? We have a collective consciousness that comes together when we're all here. So we've got that first, Sandra. And then you've got Don't Back Down, Bridget. Stand up for what you believe in with her sacred flame. Now, what's really cool about this card is that we're soon coming up to another pagan holiday, or Wheel of the Year, a Sabbath. It's also known as a Sabbath. I always forget if it's February 1st or February 2nd, but it's within that February 1st, February 2nd, which is also sometimes known as Bridget's Day. So this is about the energy of holding on to that confidence and that courage to sort of be the light even in the dark, you know, because Imbolc or Imbolg comes through at a time of the year in which we're still in winter, but we're shifting where we will soon be out of winter, right? Within the next month or so, right? The next holiday, the next pagan holiday after that is Ostara, which is Easter. So this is about kind of holding the light and holding the flame, the sacred flame, holding on to your creative projects and your courage and your strength to persevere, even when it seems like it's dark and that you don't have all the answers. And then the other card you have, Sandra, is Two of Gabriel, which is all about kind of friendships and partnerships. So it says, make bold and ambitious choices, great progress is possible, important relationships with people who share your vision. So, you know, this is a card that's not so much romantic relationships, but more so friendships. You could see the two people there, and they're sort of kind of shielded from the world because they're together. And then we have Archangel Gabriel here. So this is a lot about communication, and this could also be healing associated with like children or your inner child. And this is connected though to the people you have in your life and your kind of your soul tribe and how you work with them. Yes, Sandra, I was thinking that exact thing actually. Yeah, I think it is the first and second, Cassie. In fact, I could check for you guys, but I don't remember which book it's in. I think it's in my Yule book, has this like really amazing Wheel of the Year. But I've been working through this book all year, since Samhain, and I've been really loving it. This Sabbath's Almanac, and this is just for 2019. Although, if you get this book, I have a bone to pick with the astrologer that wrote the sections in this book, because I swear the astrology is all wrong. I don't know what the astrologer was smoking when he wrote those sections, but they're wrong. There's a lot of mistakes, and like saying that the holiday will be on this moon and it's like not on that moon and things like that. So if you get that book, take the astrology sections with a grain of salt. So yeah, for you, Sandra, I feel like there's a lot of energy though around holding on to that divine feminine strength as it relates to like home and family, and also kind of being that guiding light right now in the dark, and also leaning on and receiving support from the partnerships in your life, because they're also what's helping connect you and shield you spiritually from maybe some unsavory things going on in the world and like your external environment. So, and by the way, I should preface, when I pull cards for you, I pull what you need to know right now. I forget if I mentioned that. Okay, so Lindsay is next. Pretty sure. Okay. All right, so let's see. What does Lindsay need to know right now? Besides staying warm. I'm actually feeling called to start with a different deck. Let's go over here. Does Lindsay need to know right now? Does Lindsay need to know right now? I'm liking this. Does Lindsay need to know right now? Perfect. Oh my god, girl, you got like the best cards ever. Oh, I'm loving the comments, guys. Yeah, it's so cold. Lindsay and I live, you know, within a couple, like pretty close to each other. So we have similar weather going on right now. I don't know how it is for you and where you are, Sandra or Nita or Cassie Lynn, where you guys are, but it is freezing cold in the Northeast right now. Literally, like, we're talking -degree wind chill. So it's full on hermit mode right now, which for me, as a Virgo, I hermit myself way too much as is, so it's like normal for me, but I'm hoping to get out tomorrow. It's supposed to slightly improve tomorrow. So for you, Lindsay, we got from past life, finances. Gotcha, Sandra. Yeah, that's cool for where you are, I think, right? So for you, Lindsay, we got finances, which this was from the past life deck, so I feel like this is bringing up a lot of energy around you're looking at your relationship with your finances and how to maybe cut cords to poverty or how to heal your finances in that way. But after that, we got, and I think it's just all related, to be honest, from Goddess Guidance, you got Mother Mary, expect a miracle. So it's like maybe some kind of miraculous thing is coming into play here as it relates to finances. And then you got number 19, the Sun, Archangel Uriel, which is all about kind of like epiphanies and downloads and bringing in new strength and new energy and new light. So this is really, really good, Lindsay. Now, what I'm wondering is, my dog's barking. What I'm wondering is, you know, maybe there's something here like a promotion or a raise, Lindsay, or this could also be something with, sorry, this could also be something with, you know, a divine idea in some way. I'll be right back. Let me, Monty, let's go over here. Okay. So this could be something here. Oh, I love that. Hi, Brandy. Yeah, that is really cold then. Well, is in the 40s cold for Florida at this time, Cassie? I don't know actually how cold Florida gets in January. Aw, that's okay, sister. You can always go back and rewatch from the beginning too. So Lindsay, so you got finances, Mother Mary, expect a miracle, and then you got this really cool Archangel Uriel card. So, you know, I would interpret this to be like some type of like miraculous thing is birthing itself here with new energy. This could also be like epiphanies of, okay, I can receive or I can make money in this way. So it could be kind of one or both, one or the other, or it could be both. Like ideas and it's showing low connection, but I think we're good. I would just be open to like ideas that are coming through of like how you can make money. And I know we discussed some things, so maybe that's part of it. But this feels actually like bigger and more expansive even than that. Yeah, I would imagine it's probably hotter than that 40 degrees. But Lindsay, let me know what you're getting from this. I feel that it's related to possibly a promotion or a raise or some type of surprise income. This also, though, could be like, you know, Archangel Uriel is the archangel associated with epiphanies and downloads. So it's like a sudden idea or sudden inspiration of like, oh, I could do this, or, you know, something like that, that will help you with your finances. So I really like this for you. And what was I going to say? You know, what also might be helpful, Lindsay, is call on Archangel Uriel, Uriel, to help you with these downloads, as well as you can call in the Angel of Clarity. The Angel of Clarity will also help you understand, like, okay, what is this really? And maybe part of this is like some of the ideas that we were talking about together, and maybe it's even bigger than that. Maybe there's even more momentum or more to the story than just that. So that's pretty cool. All right, where are we at? So, okay, so Cassie Lynn, let's pull for you. All right, so what does Cassie Lynn need to know right now? All right, we got one there. One there. All right, I'm really liking the way I'm using this past life deck with this here. Ah, yes, I love that. Yes, and for everybody, so Lindsay has an Etsy shop and she is selling crystals, and she's also selling, if I remember, smudge bundles. Feel free to like type a little bit in the chat, Lindsay, what you're doing there. And if you want to put the link, please do. And then Lindsay and I are chatting about maybe some creative ways that as I provide a certain service that you'll be able to have like an extension of that service with her for some areas that she specializes in with like witchy woman, herbal remedies and things like that. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so who was I pulling for? Cassie Lynn. So for Cassie Lynn, we have Page of Michael. I love this card because whenever I see this, it reminds me of this thing in astrology called a kite pattern, which is that in order to, it's a specific pattern in an astrological chart, right? Some crystals. So this particular pattern in an astrological chart is more unique, and it brings up this energy of literally a spine, so an opposition with essentially two sextiles, and so it's essentially a grand trine with an opposition. I mean, I'm kind of getting into some astro babble, but it's basically a combination of aspects in an astrology chart that allow the person to have complex energy that they have to understand how to work. And if they can figure out how to work it, they can, in a sense, fly the energy of that kite. So this card always reminds me of that. So this is about, you know, trusting that you have what it takes to succeed, Cassie Lynn. So it's saying an exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts or documents very thoroughly. So this is about believing in yourself that you have what it takes. The conditions are right for you to kind of fly this new kite and to move forward with this new energy. The other card we have here is Mawu, Mother Earth. So this is saying you are called upon to help with environmentalism. So maybe there's some type of challenge, something that you're really passionate about as it relates to the earth, right? So that could be anything. That could be, you know, like pollution to healthy eating, to animals, to children. It could be so many things, but there's something that you're passionate about that you came here to do. And what you also have here is lessons and blessings. And, you know, this is kind of like a clock there. So I feel like even if your desires here are taking more time to manifest, it's okay, because there's lessons and blessings that are coming through the delays and the blocks. There's things you're learning along the way, you know, that are teaching you. For example, at the beginning of the month, you know, with the eclipse in Capricorn, that was definitely a bit of a slap in the face for me in terms of, re-awareness about focusing on my business, and I also went through something really specific, understanding about my needs to define things in a certain way, without getting into too much detail. It was a lot of lessons for me, which were painful, but ultimately are lessons that were valuable, right? So sometimes the energy there, especially during eclipse season, is kind of like a slap in the face, but it's also supporting us and preparing us because we're understanding things that maybe we didn't know before, right? So it could be tough lessons, but we have the ability to kind of move past them. Yeah, of course, Lindsay. Okay, so hopefully that resonated, Cassie Lynn. And let's see where we're at. It's so weird for me because usually I have the phone oriented this way, but I bought this new attachment for my tripod, which I have like the cheapest tripod known to man right now, but I'm definitely manifesting a better one, because for YouTube, it's actually better if it's horizontally oriented, so I'm adjusting as well. Okay, so we did Cassie Lynn there, and I think Nita is next. Nita. And then Brandy, if you'd like a card pull, let me know. Let me know. Oh, I love that so much, Cassie. It's Cassie Lynn, right? My name is 2 words as well, so I know what that struggle is like. I can't actually, it doesn't let me, oh wait, no, I did get it. Yes, I've been really environmental. I have 5 kids trying to teach them to go green and recycle everything and respect the earth. I love that so much. Yeah, so I feel like there's lessons in that you're working through, and I wonder if there's even some type of project or something that maybe you're meant to kind of lift off the ground with that. You know, if you've thought about having like, maybe organizing like a parent group about how you can get the kids together. When I was younger, this is totally like my fairy soul here. When I was a little girl, I actually had a club called STEC, S-T-E-C, and it was the Save the Earth Club. And I literally invited other girlfriends over, and I would like pass out books about recycling and pollution and like teach them. And then we actually planted daffodils like in front of my mom's house. So sometimes it could just be simple things like planting trees or like teaching them how seeds grow, or even something like, you know, visiting like a recycling plant or something like that can be very eye-opening to kids, because you know, a lot of times we just see what we see and it's sort of like ignorance is bliss. But when people really see like other things about the environment, it's really eye-opening. So maybe there's something there for you, Cassie Lynn, where you're meant to like start a mom's group or like lead some type of club with that or something. Or I could even see you suggesting like a specific idea to like the PTA, like the parent-teacher groups. There could be a lot there, you know? Yeah, so good, right? Okay, so let's pull for Nita, and then I want to do just 2 reminders. So one is that if you're able to share this video, that helps a ton to bring people on. And then also I'm doing this huge discount incentive. So if you opt in for a private reading with me between now and 9:30 p.m. EST tomorrow, so within the next 24 hours, I will give you 15% off any service. It could be cards, coaching, my curriculums, anything. Also, if you're in my Fearlessly Fairy group where you already get 20% off, I'm actually going to let you combine those so you can get up to 35% off within the next 24 hours if you're in my Fearlessly Fairy group. Yes, I agree. I totally agree, Cassie Lynn. For sure. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea, and feel free to keep in touch if like you want, you know, suggestions. I'm a former teacher, so I actually taught middle and high school science, and I'm super passionate about the earth and the environment. I taught environmental science and earth science, and I've also done marine biology work and so much. So hi Trisha. Okay, so Nita, let's pull a card for you. So let's see, what does Nita need to know right now? And don't forget what I suggested, ladies. If you have a specific number sequence you want me to look up with my Angel Numbers book, or Doreen's angel numbers book, I should say. I'm happy to do that. All right, so what does Nita need to know right now? Good stuff. Okay. All right, so for you, Nita, we have 4 of Ariel. When you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change, extremes in how you save or spend money. So this card is a lot about understanding like the concept of giving and receiving, right? So this is either that you're feeling very fearful about your money situation, you're sort of like hoarding it, and you're a little bit overly cautious of like investing in opportunities that might be good for you. Or it could be that maybe you've been overspending, or you haven't been kind of purchasing mindfully. So this is kind of a heads up about that. And you could call on Archangel Ariel, A-R-I-E-L, to help you with that, as well as the Angel of Balance would be really good. Also, Nita, you have Aphrodite, inner goddess. So this is about the sacral chakra. This is associated with the color orange, and this is where the sexual organs are in the body. So definitely getting into things like dance, right, and music and painting and art will kind of connect you with this more free-flowing, this sensual energy, which will also help you with your manifestations. So don't forget about kind of getting into your goddess self. Sometimes that could just be as simple as like putting on some makeup and like an amazing dress and just kind of feeling yourself in, I mean, it could be that if you want, but it could also just be like the way it feels to have, you know, makeup and like a dress and all of that, and how good it feels to be like sensual in that way, you know? And then you have Artemis, guardian. I love Artemis. She's one of the goddesses that I work with a lot. She's also sometimes known as Diana. And it says you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. So this is kind of the assurance that it's like, focus on the target, focus on the end prize, especially if you're working on manifesting something, which you might be because you've got this card here. Focus all of your energy and your attention on like the long-term goal with that, and don't let yourself deviate. You know, focus on the fact that you're a powerful manifestor and you're a powerful goddess to create change in your life. So hopefully that resonated for you, Nita. I liked those cards. Yes, I love Artemis. That was one of my favorite Sage Goddess perfumes, was the Artemis perfume, and I'm out. And I know that that was only, it was one of the little ones and it was part of a kit. But that one was like my favorite. I actually was looking at the ingredients to try and recreate it. Because I think it was like mugwort. I forget, but I know mugwort was part of it. Okay, so where are we at? So Brandy, would you like a card pull? Let me know. Good, I'm glad. I love all those emojis, so good. Yeah, and also ladies, if you know someone that might be interested in like the reading incentive I'm doing, feel free to, you know, comment either during the live or afterwards. You can like comment, tag their names, and they'll be able to like be referred to the video. And then I've also got a YouTube channel that I've got going now. I've been uploading previous Facebook Lives from last year onto it. I've been like advertising this like crazy on my Instagram, my Insta stories, my Facebook business page. I'm sure you've seen the posts because I've been advertising like a crazy woman. But do check it out, give it some love, subscribe, give some of the videos some likes. And to be honest, you can use previous Facebook Lives as a divination tool. I do this with other people that I follow, and I actually even do it with my own content. So if you're like kind of in a bum mood and you're just feeling like not very good, what you can do is just intuitively pick out one of the videos, and as it's starting, you can pray to your angels and say, angels, please help me tune in to the messages I most need to see, hear, and feel and understand right now, right? Or something like that. And what will happen is that in the process of you listening to it, even in the background, if you're doing something else, it's really going to help you to kind of like be reminded of messages you need to hear. So you can actually use like previous recordings in that way as like a divination tool. And sometimes it's kind of nice because if you're not in the mood to pull cards, or you know, maybe you don't have access to the decks, right? You can be listening to messages I previously delivered and kind of getting the love through that. It's like, just because the live is over doesn't mean that the love and the energy from it goes away, right? We listen to stuff on YouTube that was recorded years ago, so the same holds true for my Facebook lives. Perfume is bold, sweet blend of almond, cypress. That's right, almond, cypress, and mugwort. Yeah, so I definitely want to like recreate that blend. I think I tried to recreate it at one point, but the thing is that I think almond essential oil is more rare, if that's correct. But almond oil is pretty common. I have almond oil like in my closet right now. So I don't know if I'm like, if it was almond oil or almond essential oil, but yeah. Okay, Brandy, yay! All right, so let's see. What does Brandy Hardin need to know right now? We got two there. Let's pull from here. Okay. All right, Brandy. So we've got from Archangel Power Tarot cards, 6 of Michael. So this is the card of like, keep going. You're leaving the energy of the storms behind you. It says it's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans, relocation or travel. So you're almost out of the storm, Brandy, but you have to keep kind of going and you have to keep rising above the emotions and the feelings is what I'm getting from that. And then you have 5 of Gabrielle, a challenge you can resolve. Withdraw from the drama of others, have patience with yourself and those around you. So this card is really showing you like this whole jigsaw puzzle, if you could see that, and that there's all these pieces on the board. So you're there and you're trying to kind of figure out all the pieces of the puzzle. But Archangel Gabriel is here and she's like, hello, call on me for communication and for clarity about how to communicate with people. You know, this is also kind of the energy of like, yes, right? So good. This is also the energy of like, detach from drama, just walk away. Some fights are not worth fighting, you know, and it's like, you're busy trying to find your new island. You don't really have time to be, you know, arguing with people or getting caught up in other people's drama. It's like, just detach and walk away, block, or just remove yourself from the scenario. You don't need that, you know? Because the other card you have from past life is persecution and inquisition. So this is saying that these people that are around you that are kind of like creating all this drama and are sucking you into it, you know, they're used to, in past lives, this energy of almost like putting that upon you, where they persecuted you, or they had, because of the time that you lived in at that time, they had the means to actually do that to you. And it's like, well, you have a lot more freedom this time around. And this is a different lifetime. This is new energy and you're breaking that cycle. So you have to like, remember that you don't have to stay in it. You know, like you don't have to stay persecuted by these people anymore. And as part of your way to move forward and move past that, it's letting go of getting sucked in and creating more boundaries and just being more loving to yourself, that you don't have to be persecuted by these people, you know? So that's a really good one. Yes. So I think I've pulled cards for everybody on. If you would like a card pulling you didn't, leave a comment. I just want to recap. So at the beginning, I went over a lot of astrology stuff about eclipses and this lunar eclipse with the full moon in Leo. So do go back and watch from the beginning if you jumped on later. And then also I'm doing this, you know, reading discount. So 15% off if you opt in for a private reading between now and the next 24 hours. And that's up to, it can be combined with the Fearlessly Fairy discount. So that's 20% for my Fearlessly Fairy members. Which if you're interested in that, that's 20 bucks a month, and it's a monthly subscription with weekly emails, a journal prompt, and a private Facebook group. So my Fearlessly Fairy members, you get 20% off private readings all the time. So I'm actually allowing my Fearlessly Fairy members to combine that. So you guys can get up to 35% off if you opt in for a private reading between now and tomorrow night. I'm so glad, Brandy. What I want to do, just to kind of close things out, is an idea of something that I'm looking at doing on my YouTube and my Facebook, and I'm playing around with the way in which I'm gonna do it. But I'm just gonna kind of do it now since I know I'm gonna be uploading this to YouTube, and it just feels like a good time to do it. So what I'm gonna do is actually go through a focus card message for each sign of the zodiac for the week. So I'm calling this like my sign by sign Astro Quickies. And I think what I'll do, let's see. So I'm gonna use Archangel Power Tarot cards for this. And let me actually put back in some of the ones we already pulled because I want it to be a fresh deck. All right. You're not stingy, Cassie Lynn. I love Scorpios. Scorpio is actually my first house. Even though I'm a Virgo, I'm a Virgo with a Libra moon and a Libra rising, but my ascendant is at 29 degrees of Libra rising. So actually my first house is full on Scorpio. So I can be, and I have Pluto in it, so I can be very Scorpionic at times, and I have so much love and respect for Scorpio. I love my Scorpio friends or my Scorpio moon friends because, you know, Scorpio is all about depth and transparency and not playing games and having manipulation. So it's a very refreshing sign to me because, you know, Scorpios are very direct and very authentic and honest with what's going on, right, Lindsay? You know, they're very direct and they're authentic and they're real, and they don't, you know, they don't, I'm just hearing like they don't play games, you know, they don't like to be manipulated, so they purposely do not try and manipulate other people. So there's like an honesty and authenticity that comes from that. They might go about it in a different way that other signs do, right? Like Virgo also doesn't like to play games or to be manipulated. But, you know, there's kind of a common bond there, you know, between Virgo and Scorpio because of that. They both have that desire. Love that, Sandra, love it. Okay, so here we are. So I'm going to do sign by sign for the week, your focus card, which ideally this will be something as a separate video, but since I have you here and it just works, I'm going to do it now. Okay, so let's see. So what does Aries need to know for the week, for this week? Aries, Aries, Aries. All right, Aries, 2 of Ariel. So this is about balance. It says, I'm a Virgo. Oh, Cassie Lynn, well then you're in a good place because I'm a hella Virgo. It's important to have balance. Working multiple jobs or projects at once, making work fun. So I know Brandy's an Aries that's present on here, and for anybody watching on replay, so all my Aries out there. Also, this could be, you know, if you have a lot of Aries energy in your chart, or you can pay attention to your sun and your moon sign for these. Yeah, Brandy's a double Aries. So it's important to have balance, and this is saying like, look at how even though that person is like standing on the edge of the cliff, they're actually still kind of balancing that like yin and yang symbol, right? So this is also like witnessing, okay, what are my needs right now? Do I need to be taking care of my divine masculine energy? Sandra. Or do I need to be taking care of my divine feminine energy? This is about witnessing, like, what are your needs? You know, do you feel out of balance? Maybe there's people around you that are kind of creating chaos, and you need to be more in alignment with what's centered and grounding and a balance to you. So that's the message for Aries. Okay, and then let's do Taurus. What does Taurus need to know right now? Ooh, very good one for Taurus. Yeah, that was a good card, right, Cassie Lynn? Number 17, the Star. So this card is a little bit different than the Sun. The Sun is the one that says, okay, beginnings are here. The Star is more internal, it's with the Moon. This is with Archangel Haniel. So this is saying look to the future with like hope and optimism. Keep a positive attitude. This is also related to abundance. This is kind of similar to almost like Lakshmi with like the flowing of the water, right? Or sorry, Hathor is the one that has like flowing water from her breasts, or Lakshmi, right, with like abundance. So this is just saying like focus positively on good things coming forward and think positively. So for my Taurians out there, Sun, Moon, or Rising, focus on that, which is positivity. Good things are happening, good things are shifting, but you have to keep a positive attitude. Gemini, does Gemini need to know right now? All right, Gemini, 3 of Ariel, right? Do what you love, a time of great personal growth in your career or artistic endeavors. So this is about, you know, you can see that the angel is there inside the music box and the guy is like, hey, I've got all these crafts and these projects going on. So there's even like the energy of like, you know, like this model aircraft that the person designed that's like flying in the sky. So for Geminis, it's stay in your lane, focus on continuing to create and do what you love, what you're passionate about. Stay in that energy and focus on that. So that's for Gemini. Who's next? Cancer. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. It's funny, I was like, can I do this from memory? And I was like, pretty sure I can do this from memory. Okay, so Cancer. What does Cancer need to know for this week? Cancer, we've got Justice, number 8, Archangel Raguel. So this is saying like maybe you're actually in some type of, you know, lawyer battle or lawsuit battle of some sort, or you're weighing things out. Maybe you're weighing out a person or a situation, or you're waiting for like a fair judgment to be made. You know, maybe you're like waiting on news and somebody's deciding something. And this card is saying that it will work out in your favor. It will be handled fairly and justly, but it would help you a lot if you can call in Archangel Raguel. Archangel Raguel in the process, because he helps with balance and balancing energies. So for my Cancers out there, Sun, Moon, or Rising, Archangel Raguel and balance. Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Does Leo need to know for this week? All right, for Leo, we have 3 of Raphael. So this is happy news, reasons to celebrate. This is also the energy of like social circles and like spending time with fun people, people you care about. So like friends or family, but this is even more so family. So this is like get your kind of like mermaid on. This is get in touch with that sensual, that playful energy, and also just having fun. So for Leos, there's a need to have more fun this week. And to really kind of just like embrace and welcome in good news. Virgo, what does Virgo need to know this week? We've got 3 of Gabrielle. This is a nice card. So this is like the bags are packed and she's basically waiting for the ship to come in. It says prosperity arising from wise planning. Time to take the next step. Optimistic plans that turn out as expected. So for Virgos, this is like focus on the fact that right now you just need to focus on packing your bags and making sure that you're ready for the situations or the people or the clients or whatever it might be that are coming in. Focus on getting prepared and organized. Yeah, so focus on getting prepared and organized for the ways in which that's coming to you. And good things will come of it, right? All right, so for Libra this week, does Libra need to know for this week? We've got 10 of Gabrielle. This is kind of like the Cinderella card. In a way, it's like a little bit of sadness, right? Like she's there in the basement and she feels overworked and kind of run down. And Archangel Gabriel is there serving as like this light, right? In like the dark basement, you know? And this one says, ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load, working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. So it's like, are you trying to, you know, take on too many jobs or projects and you're just like overwhelmed and inundated? maybe you need to kind of like step out of the basement, get some fresh air, you know, kind of like liven things up a bit. And in truth, for Libras or Libra energy, anybody with sun, moon, rising, you know, Capricorn squares Libra. So we've just come out of this heavy energy with even an eclipse in Libra at the beginning of January. We've just come out of this like heavy energy about that. So it might be a good time for anybody with Libra energy to kind of take a breath and kind of get into the air element that's happening with Aquarius season, which we're now officially in. All right, so where am I at? Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. Okay, what does Scorpio need to know for this week? Good one. 6 of Ariel. I love this one. Material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways, acts of kindness, giving or receiving with a grateful heart. So this is like surprises of abundance in a way. You also can call an Archangel Ariel for help with that. But this is like, also if you notice the apples on either side of her are balanced. If you could see that, there's 2 buckets with the apples in them. So this is a lot about like, maybe you were a little bit out of balance. You were like giving more than you were receiving, or the other one, right? Vice versa. So this is just affirming that, you know, things are going to get more to balance, and I feel like some fresh energy is coming in terms of abundance. So this could be like projects or people or surprises of money, or remember, abundance comes in many forms. New friendships, or just, you know, I'm just getting the sense of like fresh energy, fresh opportunities, and it's going to feel very abundant to you. It's going to feel really juicy and really good. So that is for Scorpios. Saggies. Does Sagittarius need to know this week? Sagittarius. For Sagittarius, we have Ace of Raphael, right, Lindsay? A positive new emotional experience, you know, fulfilling romantic relationships. This is an Ace card, which is new beginnings, and this is with Archangel Raphael. So this is like some type of new emotional experience. And this might feel very, I'm just kind of getting the energy stream of like flowing water. So it might feel very in flow, very good. Yes, these are good affirmations. I receive, I receive, I receive, I accept all abundance. These are really good. So for Saggies, we've got abundance in the form of some type of new emotional experience, new person, or just maybe a new project that you feel really good about, that feels really open, really expansive, really loving. You can call on Archangel Raphael too to help you with opening up the heart chakra to welcome that in. And maybe just some heart chakra healing going on as well. Okay, Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know for this week? All right, so for Capricorns, we have number 15, Decision, Archangel Jophiel. So this is like, you could see here that the angel is holding, you know, this bird cage, and there's all these birds, and they're sort of flying out. But there's one there who's like, I don't know if I want to leave, you know? So for Capricorns, there's some type of like hump that you have to get over, some type of decision that you're thinking about, you know, and you're not really sure how to proceed. And this card is saying that this week you're going to have something you have to decide about, you know? Love that, Sandra. I love that so much. Yeah, so, and also for Sagittarius, you know, Jupiter's in Sag right now, so that's helping expand things for you too, which is good. It's all good. It's really working good things for you. What was I going to say? Just that for Capricorn, so with this decision for Capricorn, so Aquarius season would fall by solar method in the 2nd house for Capricorns from their sun sign. So this might be a decision as it relates to like housing or money, and I'm just feeling called to share that extra tidbit. Okay, Aquarians. What do Aquarians need to know right now for this week? What does Aquarius need to know right now for this week? The Emperor, number 4, Archangel Uriel. So this is about getting organized, structure, logic. This is thinking from the mind, actually, being more logical about things and not necessarily making decisions from the heart. Aquarius, you know, this is now your season, so happy birthday to any Aquarians that are watching this. And, you know, this is just really kind of getting in order, getting your things in order. So this is a lot of energy about the divine masculine, right? So how can we structure things, you know? How can we get more organized and more in a system or a routine or a flow with maybe our projects or things that are going down? And then we have Pisces. So what does Pisces need to know for this week? All right, so for Pisces, we have 5 of Raphael. And this is kind of a little bit of a mixed bag card. So it says, everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Look for the silver lining. So you could see here that the girl is standing there and it's like all these gifts are open. So it's like she just had this shopping spree and she's opened everything and she's kind of like, okay, what now? But if you notice, there's actually another gift that's on the table. So this is the energy of, you know, do you have things that you need to maybe open up that are like still not yet opened? Do you have like presents and gifts from the universe that maybe you haven't like worked through yet or processed? This is saying that maybe you need to do that and you kind of need to stop feeling like sad or sorry that it's not working, and you need to look at what's around you and like what is open. Do you have like unfinished courses to do, or maybe there's a friend that's been wanting to connect with you and you've like not been connecting to them, or you know, it could be any of a number of things. No problem, Lindsay. I'm glad that you made it on and that you were able to catch everything. So thank you for coming. So that's for Pisces, and that brings us to the end of the zodiac. And I think I'm pretty much gonna wind down here. So like I said, reminders. Right? I felt really good too, Sandra. I got that download during my Kundalini yoga, and it seems like you guys liked doing it. You liked it when I was doing live. So if it works to do it at the end of my lives, I'm down for that. I'm playing around with when to do my lives. You know, I used to do them on Thursday evenings. I feel called to do them with the energy of the new and the full moon. But I'm also thinking about, you know, if I want to have like a weekly system again or whatnot. So maybe if we like this card pull for the week, sign by sign, maybe I could do Monday night Facebook Lives. And then in addition, I'll do Facebook Lives on the new and full moons. Yeah, that feels really good. This has been something that I've been like ruminating a lot on all weekend, is like, how do I put into place, you know, this desire to do the sign by sign, but then it's like all these things, right? So if we like this system and Monday night works, I am down for that, because I'm definitely learning how to do Facebook Lives because I love the live interaction with you guys. So maybe that's what I'll do. So just stay tuned on my Facebook business page. I will recreate an event for the next Facebook Live. Maybe I'll do next Monday night. And I'd like to actually set it up as a recurring event, and I meant to do that for this event, but I was too late. So when I do that, that'll make it such like how Athena does with Sage Goddess, where basically I don't have to create a new event every time. So if you say that you're going, I'll make it a recurring event. Fingers crossed this will work. And then if you said that you're going, you'll still be going. I'll just change the event details for the next week. So that would be the most ideal. But yeah, so at the very beginning of this, I spoke about the eclipse energy. You can check there. And don't forget, I'm doing the yes on weekly, no on full new moons. Okay. All right. Well, I'm feeling the Monday night weekly. I like it. The thing with the full and the new moons is that they're going to change all the time. So it's like an inconsistent time for me to do it, which is a problem. But I still feel called to provide some type of space holding or something on new and full moons. So maybe there's more to be explored with that. Yeah, but I do like the system where we did the live and then I did the week ahead card pull sign by sign because that felt really good for Monday nights. And Monday's ruled by the moon, which is about emotions. So it's good. Yeah, so last thing is that don't forget about the discount. So if you opt in for a private reading between now and tomorrow night, I'm doing 15% off. If you're, my dog's being so cute. If you're in the Fearlessly Fairy group, you're getting an additional 15% off on top of your 20%. So that's up to 35% off a private reading. So it's a super good deal. All right, lovelies, let me close the circle here. And I want to thank all the guardians, guides, archangels, spirit animals, totem animals, ancestors, God's white light that are willing and able to assist in this space. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for everyone that joined the live and that's watching this on replay. And much love, everyone. Bye-bye.